Let's go! It's free agency, baby! Too much fantasy football. Brian and Brennen here to go over. Is it still called the tampering period? We all know what's happening. Free agency opened up, man, and it opened up with a bang. How you doing today, man?
I just feel poor every single time this happens. So happy for everybody to get paid, but I just remind myself that like some of these guys are just getting generational wealth, and I'm just like, God, and you're not that great at your position.
Right, I believe the NFL's up to like almost 1.5 billion just 3 hours into this new season. It technically hasn't even started yet. Wednesday at noon is when these contracts will actually get inked to paper. If they actually sign them, or is it just on the computer now? You know, how's that work?
Yeah, I don't. No, they go in person. They make like a whole social media thing and stuff. But yeah.
Oh, that's all AI. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Oh, true.
But yeah, folks, a couple of Colts fans here, so we might not have the nicest words to say over this first one, but we're going to start off with Alec Pierce. Signed a 4-year, $114 million contract, staying in Indy. I'm pissed. I'm absolutely pissed as a fan.
Yeah, like honestly, I got the text, I got the notification, and then I got the text sent to my phone of just like, ha 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 ha. Ha. I'm like, it's very fair and valid. Like, I would also laugh at this contract. It's a joke. I remind myself it's only 60 million guaranteed, so like there's outs, which it makes me feel a lot better. But like it's crazy that he is $6 million less than Jay Jettas.
Yeah. And when we were talking in August, there was jokes of like, oh, Alec Pierce getting 20 million. There's no way that's going to happen. Yeah, there's no way that's going to happen because he got almost a third more.
And this is why no one wants to be a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, when you're seeing, what was it? I can't even think. You know, some of these wide receivers getting 10, 12 million, just nothing.
And then this just goes to show that, like, when you wait, like, it's now going to affect you. Now, like, Pickens is going to be like, you just see what he got? I would, like, double that. And then JSN and, you know, Puka Nacua, like, it always makes me, like, laugh. The GMs that get ahead of it are just, you know, let me ask you this, though. Is this similar to a Christian Kirk contract from the Jags? Remember when we all laughed at them? I feel like this is kind of the same.
Yeah, it feels. I mean, granted, I'll give Alec Pierce. I think he's more talented than Christian Kirk, but he didn't even have 50 receptions last year. Like, this just isn't. Alec Pierce, we're happy for you. I'm glad we got him back on the team, but like, at what cost? At what cost, though? Really, like, we're gonna lose our GM after this year. We're gonna go into 2027, no first round pick, and so many inflated contracts.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like now, but like when this happened, it was really weird just because of the Michael Pittman situation. It was Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, and Josh Downs. Well, after this happened, Michael Pittman goes to the Steelers, which makes that more interesting because you now have DK Metcalf, and then you gave him an extension on top of that. Like, I actually, like, for Steelers fans, like, you will be happy for Michael Pittman. Like, he gives it his all every single time. I think he does everything at like a B level. Like, he's not the perfect route runner. He's not the perfect hands, but like, he's just a good wide receiver too.
He's a great guy to be a part of a 1A, 1B situation and going in there to, you know, getting traded to the Steelers, a 3-year, $60 million extension. He's going to get to play with DK Metcalf. I think they're going to offset each other pretty well. You know, it's very similar to the situation he had with Alec Pierce.
I mean, yeah, and it just, when this happens, it kind of shifts Alec Pierce's, you know, I guess, rankings up the board. We're going to tell you this, and maybe we're biased, but like, I'm probably out on Alec Pierce in fantasy. I don't know where he's at currently right now. I'm sure it's going to be, I don't know, like what, wide receiver 23? Where is that? Is that where he's at right now?
Yeah, he's going to be pushing for that at this point once we get into, you know, as best ball ADP starts developing a little bit more here. It's madness. It's crazy. Let's talk about something exciting, though. Something that we might be more pumped about. Let's talk about Kenneth Walker, man. I think this was one of the second or third signings we had. Going to the Chiefs. Going to the freaking Chiefs. Super Bowl MVP. We got rumors that the Chiefs only want to spend about $8 million a year on a guy. Well, they're spending just a little bit more than that, but I feel like they got him on a decent contract.
Yeah, 3 years, $43 million, $28 million guaranteed. I mean, I think he's a 3-down back. I think they view him as a 3-down back. I don't know where he's going currently right now, but it's definitely not going to be there by the time it's August. So I think he'll be a fringe. I think everyone will probably have him as, like, you know, fringe RB1.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker right now on Underdogs ADP going as the RB15. You got Bucky Irving at RB13. I bet he's going to
And
jump ahead
Kenneth
of him.
Gainwell just went there, so that probably takes that down a notch.
Yeah, there's I mean, and now we've got, two of the top 10 picks for Jeremiah Love to go to. It looks like those doors have closed. So does he fall out of the top 10 by chance? That's going to be a conversation we're having over the next few weeks.
We're looking at like the Commanders. There is rumors of the Bengals, which that doesn't really make sense to me, but there is rumors there. And if there's one other team that's like in that top 10 that it kind of makes sense for him to go to.
Yeah, you got Chase Brown who's coming in at RB12. So if Love goes there, then yeah, that's another running back. Kenneth Walker's going to jump above.
Yeah.
I
mean, guess for you, let me ask you this though. Do you think he's the trap of the year?
Who, Walker?
Yeah.
Man, coming off of like Kenneth Walker was a my guy for me this past season. Bit me in the
I
butt.
know.
It hurt me, so I'm trying to like manage expectations here a little bit. But I'm excited. I'm excited for him to be in this offense. Patrick Mahomes coming off the ACL. We're not going to see the scrambling that we saw from him this past year. So let's feed him the rock. Let's absolutely just punish Kenneth Walker. Just absolutely give him as much work as we can get. We might be getting a top 10 tackle going to the Chiefs now with that number 9 pick. As they shore up that running, I think that is going to really help him and put him in a great situation. So Kenneth Walker, I think if you're paying for him somewhere in that fringe, like that RB10 to 14, yeah, I'll be spending that money.
He's a second rounder. That's where I'll leave it at.
Yeah.
He's a second rounder this year, and you're gonna have to decide on that. Like, is Mahomes healthy? Does it elevate everything, or is this like, does Brashard Smith somehow even more involved to be a second year? But great signing. I'm gonna be very leery to see how high he goes.
Same. Jamie, pop it up in the chat. What's happening? Appreciate you coming to hang out with us. Oh, we're getting wild. It's crazy. It is free agency time. We got Wolfie in here too. Oh, buddy. Inside sources say Jonathan Taylor to the Bears. You shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. Get out of here. God, Bears fans, you give them an inch, they take a mile. They're blowing crazy there in the windy season.
I think another news though he might be thinking that I could see Ballard doing that to recoup it. And like, again, like my views on running backs is that they are replaceable, a little bit easier to replace. So if you want to do that, by all means, Chicago, I will take multiple first rounders for Jonathan Taylor.
He's probably getting confused because he's not realizing that the Bears will be playing in the same state as Jonathan Taylor because that stadium seems to be
Indiana Bears.
Oh, Corey, put a lid on it. I want to hear your sass. Appreciate you hanging out with us, though, buddy.
Speaking of the Chiefs, though, Travis Kelce's coming back. It was funny, all those rumors of like Rams. There's a couple other teams that were like in that like spotlight, so to speak, and then it's solidified. He's coming back for one more year. I'm thinking he had a talk. Obviously, he's had a talk with Mahomes. That really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's probably said, "Yeah, I'm healthy. I'm good to go." I think it means a lot to the Chiefs that he's comes back for one more year. But I'm out on for fantasy wise. He's like what, tight end 18. I think it's where I'd keep him.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not gonna be touching him. I was off last year. It wasn't best call ever, but I'm not sure. Corey, what are you saying over here? Are you talking free agency IDP as well? Of course, absolutely. Thought that was Corey in there. No, we got the league NFL 2026. I mean, we're going to mention some of these players. I don't play a lot of IDP, unfortunately, so it'll be a learning process. A few times.
It's very weird because like the worst defensive players are the best ones to target because they get all the tackles. It's just it's really weird, depending on a league setup. So
I mean, Zaire Franklin got traded to Green Bay, so he's been a great one as far as just leading there. I mean, you got any thoughts there on IDP? Throw it out there in the league. We'd love to hear it. We'll give you our thoughts on it. But yeah, haven't actually gotten to join an IDP league. This might be the year for me. I need to dabble. Moving past Ken Walker, we got Cade Otton re-signing with Tampa Bay.
Standout tight end, Cade Otton. Come on, that word's
waiver wire fella.
Yeah.
We got Jalen Watson signing with a cornerback for the Rams. He gets to join Trent McDuffie, who signed the biggest cornerback.
That is right. They now have the Chiefs. The Chiefs do like just generate really, really good secondary. So like that is like if I'm going to poach something, I would poach that. Like, but it's crazy they took both of them.
The league, you're looking for some IDP work. It looks like Jamie's got your help there. Go check out IDP Center over there. He's got a channel for you. Jamie does great work. We appreciate you both hanging out with us. Yeah, it's crazy how they did that. We're probably gonna throw this whole generation top payday coming in there with Trent McDuffie. Is it really that big of a deal? With the cap going up as high as it is, everybody's the newest, highest record paycheck coming in.
I will say though that deal made Patrick Surtain's deal look like a steal because he got 31 million and Patrick Surtain's I think at 24 or 26. But regardless, like it's a steal for the Broncos.
Absolutely bonkers. Laramie Tunsil re-signed 2 years, $60 million. That one's funky after they traded for him last offseason.
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips, he left the Eagles.
Holy crap.
4-year, $120 million deal. They traded a third-round pick to get him from the Dolphins, and they're going to get a third-round pick back.
Yeah, which they got back. Again, wow.
Stupid.
The GM for the Eagles doing this over and over again just makes my blood boil that no other team does this. Besides,
how did Howie Roseman get ranked a B in the player report?
Genuinely don't know.
And Chris freaking Ballard got an A? Come on, Colts. Come on. Rigged. Michael Pittman, we touched on this. Yeah, as Alec Pierce gets signed, they couldn't keep them both. Now with both of them being just south of $30 million. Michael Pittman getting traded to Pittsburgh. That one's going to be fun. Another big payday coming to Malik Willis, man. How would you think about this one? 3 years, $67 million deal to go play in Miami.
I think it's safe for Waddle and Achane. I think where they're going, I think is a little too high. I think I bump him down just a little bit because at the end of the day, we really don't know if Malik Willis is good.
Yeah, I agree with
he was terrible with Tennessee. He then went to Green Bay and he had some decent games that he put together. I mean, this is what happens when guys just be a flash of the pan. This all first started with Matt Flynn from the Green Bay. Remember when he had the 6 touchdown game and then got a big contract from Seattle? Miami, they just cut Tua Tagovailoa for $99 million. I think the most expensive cap hit. Yeah. But good on them, man. They were just like, this is awful.
I think it sets them up for safe play. As erratic as he can be, Malik Willis potentially, if they're having to lean on his arm a little bit. But, he's a rushing quarterback. He's going to give him that dual threat ability, get him to eat the clock, run it out, because they just need to get through 2026. They just need to get on to the 2027 season, move past a few of these contracts, maybe pick up some picks if they can. But the Dolphins...
Where do you feel comfortable taking Achane now, though? He was the 1-2 turn.
I don't know if I feel comfortable taking him right now. He's going as RB6 right now. I want Genty, Omari, and Hampton.
Yep.
Who are both going behind him. Jeremiah Love, that one's kind of hard to say right now. Saquon Barkley or Devon Achane, which one you like?
I think Saquon. If Eagles fix the O-line, I think I'm probably going to say Saquon.
Derrick Henry, who now has a problem in the offensive line. They lost both guards, and then Linderbaum just signed with the Raiders' biggest contract for center of all time.
I might be intrigued by Achane there. I think that's where I'll probably take Achane before I take Henry.
And then you got Chase Brown, Bucky Irving coming out after that. I'll take him over those two with the who knows what's going on with Cincinnati. All we see is, hey, Joe Burrow knows his life's almost over. He's hanging out at the poker tables with Jessica Alba because
I saw that. I was like, God damn, dude, my junior high crush. I was like, that hurts.
She's got to have 15, 20 years on the guy.
Oh, easily. I think she's almost in her 50s.
Which I wouldn't believe that if you told me, even though you're saying that. But yeah, he's living it up because his life is it's on the clock. He's got a year left with the arrival of Max Crosby getting traded to the Ravens.
But also, Achane was in the rumors for being traded. I don't know if you saw it over the weekend. The Chargers were interested, the Texans were interested. I was just like, what are we doing here?
I'm down to trade him. I'm down. The Dolphins need a full teardown, full rebuild, so let's do it. But God, if he went at the Chargers, man, this would be a solo show for the rest of the season if Achane goes to the Chargers. We wouldn't see Brennen anymore. Him and his Omari and Hampton statue would just be...
I'd cry.
Oh yeah, Corey bringing it up. Sad to see Algier go to a pretty crowded backfield. Yeah, we see James Conner, who I thought potentially could have gotten cut over the next week or two, restructured, and then Tyler Algier signing a 2-year deal going in there. We both had him pegged for what, Denver,
Broncos,
Seattle,
Broncos, just
there's so many
Commanders,
Commanders.
I'm avoiding this backfield until there's just some sort of confirmation, but even then I'm still worried because it's okay, you had all this high hope for Trey Benson, so I think that means I'm out on Trey Benson if they're willing to do that.
Yeah, I hope they trade him at this point.
Yeah, like James Conner restructured it just probably because they like him. I don't really know. And then you go and give Tyler Algier not crazy money, but like still some decent cash. So I'm out, I guess.
Which I'm kind of surprised. I feel like he could have brought in a little bit more money than that. But yeah, just a small 2-year deal, 12.5 or not even 12.5 mil. So modest deal for him. Let's go to Isaiah Likely, 3-year, $40 million, going to hang out with his old head coach there, Harbaugh in New York. Look right now, as of now, it looks like the number 2 target for the team behind Malik Neighbors.
R.I.P. Theo.
Dude, let's just say my waistband has been blown out for the last few weeks because I thought Theo Johnson was going to be a top 2 or 3 target for that team.
I do like this signing though. I think like for Dart did like he did actually pepper his tight end spots quite a bit. So like, and it makes sense in that sense because like obviously the Harbaugh familiarization, but like I'm curious like where he's going to be at and what ranking. Where is he at an underdog right now? Like he's got to be way too low for where he should be probably after this.
Scroll. Tight end 20.
No.
Tight end
Okay.
20.
He's what? Tight end 13. I'm sure I can name 7 other tight ends I'd probably have over him.
So he's tight end 20. You got Kelsey at 19. Give me Likely.
I'd likely.
Hunter Henry.
Likely.
Mark Andrews.
Likely, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a wash.
Right. Juwan Johnson, one of our favorites right now at tight end 16.
That's mean. I like Juwan Johnson, but like either way, it's a coin flip for me. Yeah.
Same tier. Dallas Goedert, who does not have a team as of right now.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going. So
Britton Strange, I think I want Isaiah Likely.
I went like Likely over him. Yeah.
And then you got Kenyon Sadiq. Jake Ferguson's at 12, but if Pickens is coming back, Ferguson was the beneficiary of CeeDee Lamb being gone. So I think I still might Likely over Ferguson.
Yeah, you could talk me into it.
And then this head scratcher, I don't know why ADP isn't adjusted, but George Kittle's still tight at 11.
Dude, when I watch people take him in drafts, I'm just like, what? Or it's got to be auto draft at this point because like that's just ridiculous.
Jamie popping in here. Giants signed Tremaine Edmonds. Yeah, we got a 3-year deal there. Nice, love that. We got Red McMuffin. It just feels dirty. Is that a dirty name? It seems dirty.
I don't know.
Where does Jeremiah Love land now? KC and the Saints were the most mocked. So, I mean, yeah, you were talking Commanders might be the fit. I really thought we were going to get some action of Ken Walker going there. We got Cincinnati at 10, Miami at 11, Dallas at 12. I really don't see a reason for them to grab him.
Yeah, he might slip.
Which is crazy. Like, he'd have to get past the Giants at 5, Cleveland, which, I mean, the Giants were in the ballpark for Ken Walker. So
Ken Walker, but I guess got priced out. So
do they look at possibly taking Love there? Cleveland at 6, I don't think that he's going there. But yeah, if he slides out of the 10, you got Cincinnati possible, but Miami, I don't see why they'd take him. Dallas, they just re-signed Javonte. Rams just signed Kyron. You got Genty for the Raiders. Tampa Bay. Yeah, Love might be in trouble if he doesn't go in the top 6, top 7.
Yeah, I think some teams will trade back into the first probably to snag him. Like I think that might be a move, but I don't know if he goes like because who's in the top 5? Like I think Commanders are right. I think if he goes past the Commanders, is where I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's we got Vegas, Jets, Arizona, Tennessee, and the Giants. The league popping in here. He goes to Tennessee.
They have picked what? 3 or 4? What do they have?
4th. Yeah, they're at 4.
Oh man, that's really rich.
Yeah, I thought it was
like
crazy
him,
too,
though.
but we heard rumors of this coming out of I think it was Matthew Berry talking about this coming out of the combine that he could possibly go there, and it seems like they may be a year away from doing a move like that, but at the same time, you won't be able to get all the wide receivers you need to aid Cam Ward. Give him an amazing running game. Let Dable get some nastiness up there.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Ravens don't have a first round pick because they traded it for Max Crosby. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cardinals take him probably. Yeah, that actually tracks at this point.
At this point, after signing Tyler Algier for 2, yeah,
because they hate us absolutely. McMuffin, what do you got? Watch me go to the Jets. Yeah. Oh, I hope not.
Oh God, that'd be awful.
Just him and Brees, just stuck in hell.
We're on a random signing right now, just announced.
Yeah. What do we got?
Charlie Kohler,
Oh
3-year,
my God.
$24 million to the Chargers.
No.
Random. Like,
No!
Why?
And the Chargers just got Alec Ingold on a big old contract too, which hurts. Like if Keenan Allen comes back, Trey Harris is done.
Ravens are all in on Mark Andrews then. Like,
yeah, they must be. They'll let both the other two walk.
They gave him a 3-year extension, to be fair. So maybe Mark Andrews is a cheap buy.
Yeah, Kohler, folks, if you don't know, the third tight end for the Ravens, made us some money over there on the channel or the show, the Too Much Betting show, because his over-under was half a yard every week, folks. It was just easy to go after that one. Oh, man, that one's wild. All right, what else we got? Mitch Trubisky going to Tennessee to be the backup 2-year contract.
You always need a good backup, and I feel like it's a good name to have. We didn't talk about Kenneth Gainwell to the Bucks for 2 years for $14 million. Like, such a weird. Like, I think it hurts Bucky more than anything. Like, he is just a smaller Bucky, right? Is that fair to say?
Smaller, and he led his team in receptions this past year. Like, I think that's what the part that hurts Bucky is. Like, now Bucky's capped. Like, if he's off the field for these down and distance plays, the pass catching work is kind of gone for him. And Mike Evans is gone. You know, like, just it seems like this team could overall take a step back. You know, continue to be stepping back. Like, they were a prolific offense 2 years ago, and we saw it come back a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, the next two signings, it's for the Titans. They got Daniel Bellinger and Wan'Dale Robinson. Both were drafted by Brian Dable, so that makes sense. But Wan'Dale getting 4 years, $70 million, and Brian, I don't know what Bellinger got with his contract, but 4 years, $70 million for Wan'Dale Robinson's a lot of money.
3
well, it won't be a lot of money, but
3 for 24 and Daniel Bellinger. 8 years,
okay.
Which honestly, I was kind of hyped for Daniel Bellinger going into his second year. He had that weird eye injury after his rookie campaign. We had a few like spurts of madness, and then of course they go and get Theo Johnson, one of the most like freakishly athletic tight ends that we've seen, you know, hit the combine. So I thought he was dead in the waters, and maybe we might have something pop up here. They did take what's his name, Gunnar Helm. Yep. Last year in the draft. Chikakonko will be a free agent, so
he'll be leaving. Yeah,
maybe hopefully. Oh, we need 12 and 13 personnel at this point if we get Bellinger and Gunnar Helm to be something.
But I do like the Wan'Dale signing for the Giants. I actually think he'll be PPR relevant, so to speak, full point PPR relevant. And then J.K. Dobbins is returning to Denver on a 2-year deal right now, just signed.
It's because they missed out on all the other running backs. They were in on the ETN deal. Which,
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, evidently they were making a push there to get Travis Etienne, so let's go ahead and slide to that one. Travis Etienne going to the Saints on a 4-year, $52 million. Do you think Ken Walker's looking at that and like, I might have jumped the gun here a little bit, guys?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Then again, he's competing for a chip versus I'm going to go play for the Saints kind of a thing.
This is like a multitude things. It's like one, like Kamara's still there. So like, so is Kamara like invisible now to everybody? Is that what everyone's under this impression with this?
I don't know that anybody would trade for him because he openly said last year, like, if you trade me, I quit. You know, I'll just retire. There's no reason. I don't know. I think it's like $18 million against the cap if they cut him. It's pretty outrageous, that situation. So I don't know how that's going to develop, but ETN going forward, I would assume he's going to be the bell cow.
I'm assuming so too, and I think he's a steal at his current ADP.
Yeah, where is he going right now?
He's like RB
18.
Yeah, I'd have him ahead of some other guys we talked about. Like I had him again against Bucky. Trying to think, and like he's also with Kellen Moore's offense, and a lot of the running backs
number one in plays last year.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in on ETN right now as it's signing. I think it's going to obviously move up. It's, checks notes, it's March, but for all those drafting on best ball, I'm definitely on ETN's price. I'm going to do a lot of best ball drafts tonight.
He's right there at that cusp too. We talk about once you get to RB20, it kind of gets nasty as far as pre-free agency, not knowing where people are going to go. We're going Ken Walker, Breece Hall, Kyron Williams, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams. And then it drops off drastically for me with Cam Scatterbo, Travion Henderson, Judkins, Harvey, Swift, Jalen Warren, David Montgomery, Tootin, Ramondre. You just got question marks galore.
Tootin right now I would sell him so high. I think they get a running mate. I think
They
like
do
Brian
too.
Robinson comes. I would sell Tootin right now if you can get it for a really high price, but I just don't view him as a 3 down back, right? You don't look
No.
him that way. Yeah.
No, they got LaQuinn Allen. Granted, it's a seventh round running back, so how much stock can you put into that?
Mhm.
But he's got more of the pass catching chops, like just like that. That's all he really has to him. So, how much does that cap Tootin? Tootin was banged up a lot last year too, so that makes me nervous. I don't have a lot of Tootin shares. I've got two of them, and I'm just holding tight, hoping that they really don't add a whole lot to that backfield.
And then, I mean, good news for Ashton Genty, Tyler Linderbaum getting 3 years, 81. That's tackle money.
Whew, whew. It's absolutely insane.
Insane.
But you got to protect your franchise quarterback. If you're going to go out there and spend the number one pick on a quarterback, you need to make sure he's upright, he's protected, and they're going to be buddies. You got to be best friends with your center. You got to be able to make sure you got that exchange. You got to be able to communicate, whether that's via just locked in with that chemistry or actually speaking. But I think this was great. I hate to see him leave Lamar and the Ravens, but good for the Raiders. They've suffered for some time. They deserve some good.
It's just the Raiders made a good signing. I was like, yeah, that's what you do with the Raiders. Like, you have a rookie quarterback coming in, you overpay, but it's a premium position that like will actually benefit your quarterback. And then you go do something stupid like give Jalen Naylor 3 years, $36 million with $23 million guaranteed. Like you just why?
Yeah, this one's interesting.
Like,
They spent a second round pick on Jack Besh last year.
I'm so curious to see what Romeo Dobbs is about to get, because if Jalen Naylor gets 3 years, $36 million, I do not know what he's going to get. And that's more guaranteed money than starting running backs, elite starting running backs.
Yeah, that's I think that's really the last big one we're waiting to see as far as the wide receiver dominoes here. Mike Evans was another one we were waiting to see fall, but yeah, Naylor 3 for 35. I don't even know what to think on that one.
Clint Kubiak was under KOC, correct?
Yeah.
Right. It makes sense. It's from the Viking system, so he can probably easily come in, and he knows the system very well. I still think the Raiders are going to sign Rashid Shaheed as well. I think that's happening, but at this price point, I bet you they might be reconsidering other options.
I hope not. That was one thing I was worried about, is how much they're going to spend on Shaheed. I really thought that was my prediction. I thought he was going to go there. I hope they stop. Like, just stop. Draft a day 2 wide receiver, but just chill out. And that's coming from a guy who has way too much Jack Besh stock. I didn't even. You know what the annoying thing is? I didn't even like Jack Besh last offseason, but there were so many people I talked to and listened to that were into him. I had a lot of late seconds. So I'm like, oh, I'll take a flyer. Got so much Jackson Dart and Jack Besh, so it kind of offset. Like, did it even really help me? So hoping that happens.
Mr. Bakeslot, Liam Cohen more likely sign Rashad White. That makes sense. He knows the system comes in and it's cheap. If that's the case, then I'm all in on Tootin than I am Rashad White. So
yeah, please, Rashad White coming in there eating some of the pass catching work. I don't want that.
You did mention Mike Evans, obviously signs a 3-year deal with the 49ers. I mean, this is kind of great for everybody. So just like, I mean, like for Tampa and for San Francisco, right? Like Mike Evans is going to be what he is, and that doesn't really affect Ricky Pearsall too much. He needs somebody next to him. He's not like an elite wide receiver. He needs somebody there to take some coverage away. And it also kind of helps Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan, and Emeka Buka. Like, I think I'm kind of in on Chris Godwin now.
Yeah, that was one I was afraid to spend too much money or too much, as far as the my investment, in best ball on Chris Godwin, but like I just can't quit. It's a drug, man. It is one hell of a drug, and he just goes up my nose way too easy. But Mike Evans, a guy with questionable hamstring injuries over the year, and now he's going to go sit by that power station.
Everyone keeps. I was like, "You're going to mention this, aren't you?" Yeah. Yep. Yes, you did. Yeah, they're going to put lead around the stadium. Yeah.
Just wrap him up in tinfoil. You can borrow my hat. I'll let him.
Yeah, exactly.
Let him use my hat.
Exactly. But also, like, even for Purdy, though, like, I think this is great for Purdy. I think this is, yeah. So,
yeah, love that for Purdy. Just the red zone presence there. I mean, CMC, he can only do so much for the team, especially being, just another year older. Where does Mike Evans fall for you? Like, does he now come into your top 20?
No, I would like him to be like wide receiver 20 to 24. Like he's a wide receiver too, for sure, just because I think they'll generate a ton of red zone targets for him, obviously. I just don't know if I want any higher than that. Love him as my wide receiver 3. I'd be so excited, but that's not going to happen.
He's wide receiver 34 right now as far as underdogs ADP.
Yeah, it's just going to go up from here.
Christian Watson or Mike Evans?
Oh, they're just like I don't want them in redraft. I want them in best ball. They're perfect best ball players. I do not want them in redraft. So
yeah,
that's a cop out answer. If I had to pick one, man, give me Mike Evans. I'm sorry. I know it hurts your feelings, but just give me Mike Evans.
I think it's going to be roster dependent for me as far as how that goes.
Yes.
Just, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the boom bust guy from Christian Watson, or hey, I might be able to get semi-consistent, double-digit touchdowns? I don't think is out of the realm of possibilities for Mike Evans this year.
I do agree with that.
This one was a little, kind of out of nowhere. Jahan Dotson going to the Falcons, 2-year, $15 million deal. They did cut Darnell Mooney just a week or so ago, so they needed to add a second wide receiver. Is this just happy for the offense to be able to function a little bit better? But I don't think this is at all hurting Drake London.
No, like once Tyler Algier left, it's all celebrations for Bijan. It's all celebrations for Drake London. Like I don't think this really hurts because like there was just talks like Tua got cut this morning, which I guess we really haven't talked about because like obviously Malik Willis just seemed to fit in right in there. But like Tua's rumored to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's where I haven't seen anything official. But yeah, that was one of the first notifications I got was the Falcons were looking to lock that down. Oh, J.K. Dobbins to Denver. I want J.K. Dobbins over Harvey.
Yeah, I'm about to say like I'm not a Harvey believer. I'm a J.K. Dobbins truther. So
are they the same age? They might be the same age.
They might be the same age, genuinely.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins right now going as RB42. That will be rectified by this time tomorrow.
Where's RJ Harvey going?
I believe he's in the 20s because he's in that like 20 to 30. Yeah, 23 is where he's going.
Both healthy all year long. I think J.K. Dobbins outscores him.
I think it's pretty close. I think the touchdowns go his way, and I think RJ Harvey has the shot for the pass catching work.
This is the Ken Walker Charbonnet talk all over again, but just in a worse version.
Yeah, 100%.
Like a worse version of this conversation.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like Kyle Monongai or RJ Harvey.
I'd probably lean RJ Harvey.
Yeah, same.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, we got Tyler Algier going at 31, Pollard at 32. Rico Dowdle still unsigned. That one might be, I don't know when that's going to come, but this is like, dude, what are the Seahawks going to do? No running backs right now. Charbonnet tore his ACL in the playoffs. They need to address the running back position.
They are counting their dollars and seeing how many dollars they would like to give JSN.
How many dollars JSN is going to leave them with?
Yes, seriously. Because the Seahawks just signed they signed Josh Jobe, which that was a good signing for them. He's a good part of their defense. I know who left from them.
Kobe Bryant went to the Bears.
Kobe Bryant. Yeah. So like, they're going to have to do some retooling here, I would say, so to speak. So like
Jamie hitting us up. Mike Evans going to get 2,000 yards to make up for last year. Hell, I'm down with that. I'm absolutely down with that, especially with these prices. Oh man.
The Chiefs secondary just got obliterated though. They lost their safety as well.
Yeah, they haven't extended a DB since Eric Berry, so it's been quite some time since they've addressed that. And granted, they have 2 first-round picks. I wouldn't be surprised if that 29th pick, it's right around where they got McDuffie last time. Yeah, I bet they trade up with the Bills and they snag a cornerback because that's just how things work there.
Titans have spent a lot of money. I don't know if you saw, but they've spent, I think, the most cash so far, right? Like they got Trubisky, Bellinger, Wandale, John Franklin Myers, Cordell Flott, and they just gave Alontae Taylor 3 years, $60 million.
Yeah, they got 2 corners, one at 345 and one at 3 for 60. Yeah, you said Franklin Myers, 3 years, $63 million deal.
Yeah.
They got Wan'Dale Robinson, so they at least got someone to catch the ball for. I don't know, I guess they got Bellinger. But yeah, this offense, really excited for it a few weeks ago as far as Cam Ward. I don't know. I imagine they're going to take a wide receiver there early in the second round. Somebody like if Boston falls out of the first round, Browser. I know there's a handful of guys that are like just outside of that top tier wide receivers, so maybe that's where they go.
Yeah, I do still like DK, I think, and then Alec Manor. I think he showed flashes, so like I'm not like sold on him, but like I could see a world where like they focus on like the interior line to protect Cam Ward with their bigger picks and kind of just roll it back and see if Dable can kind of make some magic with this offense.
Sure hope so, man.
Yeah.
Let me see. Come on, NFL. We need more stuff. More things happening here.
Oh, wow. Okay, Zion Johnson from the Chargers, who was ass, literally just went to Cleveland Browns for 3 years, $50 million.
How does Cleveland have money to spend? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for I didn't think was that great.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation there with the
Ravens are going to be in on the market, by the way, for a running back. Keaton Mitchell just isn't being tendered, so he's a free agent. He might be somebody I might be in. I think he's a good running back who, if he goes to the right place, could be doing something.
Yeah, he definitely need to be going to be a part of a committee, but that's what we're seeing from like 2/3 of the league right now. So somebody with his, I believe his leading the league as far as yards per carry over the last few years. Granted, very limited touches, but he gives you H-esque vibes with what he can do and breaking away.
I think James Pierce Jr. is like officially done with the NFL. The cops responded to multiple 911 calls. Like, yeah, no good.
Yeah, Falcons, they're in the market for an edge rusher, it sounds like. Dude, that stinks, man. I've not a Falcons fan, but I've always wanted to be a fan of the Falcons. You know, like I like rooting for the bad franchises. You know, up until the last 3-4 years, I was rooting for the Lions. Browns, I always try to give them a little credit. And Falcons, man,
Patriots have shown interest in Romeo Dobbs. I think that kind of makes sense.
They have been quiet. I haven't seen a single deal for the Patriots so far. They got Reggie Gilman, the fullback. Of course, that's where they've spent money so far. 3-year, $12 million deal to get themselves a fullback, just to mix it up a little bit more with Stevenson and Henderson.
Do you want to know how much the Dolphins are going to be paying the quarterback room in 2026?
$80 million.
Close, 75.
Oh my God! You got Malik Willis and what's his name, Ewers.
Yeah,
they've got those two.
I thought you should have run it back with Ewers. To be honest, I was like, I would have.
Yeah, I was like, they need to add somebody, you know. But they could have brought in a Geno, a Jameis, let Ewers give him a shot, and then if it all falls down, you put in the vet just to kind of to save face a little bit. But no, you got a new coach in town coming from the Packers. We saw that relationship with Malik Willis. Kind of assumed some of that was gonna to come in here, but yeah, interesting. And I believe Jacoby Brissett, wasn't his contract cleaned up a little bit, so he will be back with the Cardinals.
I didn't see that.
I thought I saw, or I heard Schefter talking about that. I thought, or maybe it's still in the rumblings. I don't know if it's official.
Kind of a weird situation for Mike Evans. Like, his decision from Tampa wasn't about money. They actually offered him, I guess, a similar deal, but he wanted to go somewhere new.
Which understandable.
I could kind of see from both sides. Like, you know, he sees all these other young wide receivers. I mean, I don't know. Like, they drafted Mecca in the first round. Like,
and he's already won a Super Bowl. Like, which would have leaned more into he'd stay put. You know, he's not having to go chase one like some of these other, great wide receivers that leave in their final year or two. But I like it. I'm here for it. Like you said, yeah, they've drafted well. You know, they've got Tez Johnson. They have Jalen McMillan. I started with that. Emeka Ibuka, of course. And then, Chris Godwin's, he's the Asian guy, but aging, not Asian.
I was like, yeah, what?
Did I say Asian?
You did.
Aging guy. But they've drafted pretty well. So they've got a nice core there. Mike Evans, no reason to stay.
And then it's just so funny how things like like does a domino effect from this Mike Evans thing. So like the reason why the 49ers were originally slated to pay $27 million to Ayuk, he pissed down his leg and decided to, skip out on individual drills and stuff and voided that contract. And they moved that money to Mike Evans. Just generational bag fumble by Brennen Ayuk. And I think he's going to get paid still this offseason. I'm still thinking it's Commanders. Like, I don't know why. It just kind of makes sense. I don't know where Debo's going to go. Because Debo's another intriguing name too. Like, he's still out there. Like, Tyreek Hill's, I think Tyreek Hill will be a late sign, but he's still out there. So I'm very curious where everyone's going.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill gives me more of those vibes that it's probably going to be right around the time of the draft, when a lot more. Debo, I bet we get him in the next week or so. Letting some of this dust clear a little bit. Maybe some more restructuring as far as who's going to pay what. But there's definitely a need for wide receiver around the league for a lot of these teams.
Saints beefed up their O-line, getting the Bills former guard David Edwards 4 years, $61 million. So again, good innings for that line. Tyler Shockey, ETN. Good use.
It seems like they're going all in on as far as just I say all in, just it looks good. They got enough out of Shuck last year. They know they've got at least 3 more years on his rookie deal before he turns 30. But the team's not bad. It's a winnable division. All 4 of these teams look like they're except the Falcons, I guess they're tumbling down. But the other 3 teams seem to be pushing in for that division championship.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do, honestly. So let's see. Marcus Mariota resigns with the Commanders. I think that's actually good. Like,
love that.
Yeah,
love that.
Like, if Jaden does get hurt, I think he's actually good. We always buy in on Marcus Mariota for a waiver wire buy. So
yeah, and as far as fantasy football, that's great for us. Dynasty, I saw him hit the waiver wire over the last month, so easy pickup. I've got Jaden Daniels in a couple of leagues, and I own Marcus Mariota. It was the easiest hold I had all off season because Jaden's been a little banged up, hadn't been great, and Marcus plugs in as an easy top 16 play with top 10-ish potential.
Yeah,
not over the whole season, of course, but each week.
Yeah, that's a team that definitely, I think, because it sits right now. It's wide receiver 1 is for the Commanders, Terry McLaurin. Their wide receiver 2 is Luke McCaffrey. 3 is Treylon Burke.
Oh God, I forgot.
That's Treylon Burke. Running back is obviously Chris Rodriguez and Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have that?
You do have it, I believe. But I feel like if they want to, God damn it, that's a team that like you're still paying Jaden Daniels pennies on the dollar for what he's really worth, and like I get they just extended Laramie Tunsil, which is great, but like they need to make another big push, especially the Giants going all in, the Cowboys seemingly getting better, and who am I missing in the division? Giants, Cowboys,
Eagles.
Yeah, and then I forgot about the Eagles. They're just
Nick Sirianni, he's so forgettable. And the Cowboys made a trade with the Packers, just continuing to
acquire Rashawn Gary. Yeah,
more of their defense.
It became basically a 4th and Micah Parsons for 2 firsts. Rashawn Gary and who's the other guy? Who's the guy that was a part of that deal? I'm forgetting his name, but
yeah, same. Kenny Clark.
So
who I heard could have been a cap casualty at one point. Yeah. So that one was absolutely bizarre. Not that it's really that related, but Minkah Fitzpatrick going to the Jets, 3-year, $40 million deal.
Yeah, he had 1 interception. He would have been the leading guy on the Jets, 7 interceptions last year. Crazy, off of 1.
Traded for Miami. Now he's been traded twice now in about 6 months.
Yep. Tough day to be a Ravens fan. Jay Keefe. I don't think so, man. Like, you guys just traded for Max Crosby, which a little rich for me of a trade, but still, again, you get a premier guy next to Roquan. I like your head coach. You lose Likely and you lose Collar, but were you really going to pay Likely and Collar that much money?
And I heard they were in rumors for A.J. Brown up until the Max Crosby trade, which, oh, buddy.
I heard they were in on Mike Evans, so I was like, that is the most fucking Ravens signing in my goddamn life I've ever heard it.
Yep. I was right there with you. I'm like, all right, Tennessee, aren't you guys into you guys knocking on Mike Evans' door as well?
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, Jets are doing quite a bit. Osai, they got 3-year, $34 million. Another got Demario Davis coming in there, 2-year, $20 million deal. They are fixing this defense. Unfortunately, we are not going to have the Jets of last year and just being fantasy football gold.
Yeah, the Jets are just it's Brees Hall and maybe Garrett Wilson about, but Jay
Hey,
Keefe, yeah, losing Keaton does suck, but like I think the biggest loss was Linderbaum. Like I think you should have done everything you can to kind of try to keep him, but obviously getting $27 million is insane.
and at the same time, like you just got a 3rd-round pick for next year, so
Yep.
they have picked up a good handful of compensatory picks for next year. So it's the Ravens' way. I feel like they are one of the more savvy teams when it
Well-run
comes
team.
to moving on from players at the right time, trading them away, bringing in extra picks. Like look how they handled the Roquan Smith situation. That turned out great as far as how they went about that.
Amazing trade.
Lindy, Likely, Stout, Kohler, Draymond. Yeah, it's all right. You got Lamar still. You're all
You
right.
still have Lamar. I would
And
take
you got
Lamar in a
Crosby,
heartbeat.
man. You got Crosby.
Who's going to be the quarterback for the Jets, though?
Did you not hear rumors about old boy wanting orange hair?
Derek Carr?
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
Andy Dalton.
And nope. Younger. Carson Wentz.
No. Oh, that's right. They
What's his name? Frank Reich.
Yep,
He's big and he's a big Carson Wentz guy.
Oh, dude, those dudes can
Jesus
share their
gonna
little
take the 2 of
moments
them.
of their Bible verses. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Hey, I guess you didn't see. I picked up Carson Wentz in our Dynasty League
I
last
saw
night.
that. I was just like, you clown. I was like, I know why you're doing this. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Though.
I am completely tearing down a Dynasty team, man. I am grabbing anything that can get me a pick back.
I wonder why. What do you think Kyler's weighing out? Obviously, it's the Vikings and the Jets, right? Or the Steelers, right? Those 3 teams, I think, would easily.
He doesn't want to go to the Jets. I don't think why would you want to go to the Jets? Unless you
The
just want to go
Steelers
to
make
New York.
sense from a play calling standpoint, I guess. Like the way McCarthy runs his offense, a lot of balls spread to the outside, and that's typically what he likes to do. That kind of makes sense. Obviously, Kevin O'Connell, just because he's one of the best play callers in the league. I think it's between the Steelers and the Vikings. I guess the Vikings are the heaviest favorites.
I don't know why he'd go anywhere other than the Vikings. It seems like that. Steelers might be non-committal because, of course, Aaron Rodgers is trying to get some sort of publicity on him because wham, nobody's paying attention to me. Poor guy. Maybe if you didn't ditch your mom, she'd give you a little bit of love and you wouldn't be so damn dramatic in the PA. But it's fine. It's fine.
You mean, hold on, wait, fix that. Ditch your family.
Yeah, I mean. Anyway, we got Aaron Rodgers coming on next week, so maybe it should be nice. Oh wait, no, and he canceled on us, of course. Damn it. But Kyler, you have literally, I think, the best wide receiver in the league, but like a top 3 wide receiver in the league there. You got Jordan Addison, who is uber talented. Great a quarterback whisperer as he should be. So go resurrect your career, man.
Damn. Jay Key for the question here.
Oh, what do we got?
What do they do now offensively with losing their starting center and both of their backup tight ends? Njoku, trade Bateman, draft comp to the Funniers, or for Trent Williams and move Rosengard to guard. The Mike Evans, I don't know. The Max. So obviously you don't have 2 first-rounders. But I'd rather have Max Crosby than the 14th overall pick this year. Obviously losing Lyndon Bob, the center kind of situation that sucks, but like you can kind of get centers really late. I mean, yeah, you can draft a center in this draft. I feel like that's the offensive line in this draft is kind of nice, so you're okay there. Njoku with the Ravens would be, I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but also like you just gave Mark Andrews a bag this offseason. So I don't know where the Ravens are heading. How much cap space do they have, Tyler?
They've got 4 5th-round picks though. The Ravens do.
Ooh.
So they've got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then 4 5ths, and then 2 7ths. So granted,
Those would be some
5th-round
package
pick.
deals.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd probably move up. Kicking up some of those 3rd and 4th round picks to give them, but like you find linemen all the time in the third, fourth, and fifth rounds. Like,
Yeah.
that's not out of the ordinary. So
The Colts'
they might
entire
even
offensive line, besides Quentin Nelson, is built off of third, fourth, fifth linemen. So
our linebacking core too. Like,
yeah, seriously. Like,
look, Ballard may suck on the first 2 days, but he absolutely crushes it on that Saturday. When everybody else is out celebrating how well they did in the first 3 rounds, Ballard's got his nose in there for the Colts. But look, I can't. I don't ever count the Ravens out, man. Weird to say, but like, if I wasn't a Colts fan, maybe it's the Baltimore share. You know, we kind of abandoned them, but like, I've always
I
kind
like
of been,
Lamar.
I've
I
been
want
a big
Lamar to
fan
win him.
of the Ravens.
Yeah,
They're like an inverse Colts. You know, they win with defense.
and I'm sure they love us. You know. Speaking of the Colts, we just signed Arden Key to a 2-year, $20 million deal. So
Cool.
it's just another. We just really love rotational defensive ends. We're just hoping one hits.
Hey, we cleared out 27 million of space with Michael Pittman. Let's fill it with crap. Ridiculous. Yeah, they're getting the third back for Lindenbaum.
Yeah, let's see. Anything else happen in this timeline? Like, no, I don't see anything else happening so far. We got nothing else. Yeah, Bears are making some signings on defense, which they should.
Yeah, they traded for a center after there's out of nowhere just retired 27-year-old center, 5 years in the league, got a big old payday, and said, "Hey, my brain still works. I got money. I'm getting out of here." You can't knock him for it. Like, I've seen so much hate that he was getting, like, "Oh, why did you just leave your team hanging? This, and that. Like, you signed a contract." Who gives a shit? Like, do you know how many like teams? Yeah. You know how many teams just abandon the players after whatever?
Yeah, exactly. They will leave you high and dry for nothing. So
Good
news for the Patriots. Domestic violence case against Patriots Christian Barrymore not viable for prosecution. There you go.
Yeah, as a never mind. I got nothing nice to say there. Tennessee, lots of good moves. Of course, our IDP fella comes in here, sporting the moves down there with Tennessee. I don't hate it.
Nope.
I was kind of hoping we'd get. Granted, we still have time for another wide receiver signing, so I was hoping for a little bit more depth in the pass catching room. But overall, with Tennessee, they're making moves as if they're not a bottom franchise.
I mean, Mitch Trubisky, which is a good backup. He understands Brian Dable's system, so that makes sense. Daniel Bellinger, again, Brian Dable. Wandale Robinson, again, familiar with Brian Dable. Columbia Shock, John Franklin Myers. Robert Slaw knows that system really well. And then they signed Cordell Flott and Alante Taylor to quite a bit of bags for the DBs. Like, I mean, they're spending the money as they should. Like, I think this team will definitely have, I don't know what their win-loss is right now. I think I'd probably have them over 7 wins. That's where I'd be comfortable with them.
I doubt they're 7.5. So yeah, I feel like it's probably 5.5, 6.5.
I think Cam Ward needs to take that leap this year, but I think they've done right by him so far with this, and they can probably add more weapons in this draft.
Yeah, I agree with that. They've got decent picks. What you got for us, Jay?
I'm a Ravens fan, and quite honestly, I'd love to trade Bateman and pick or 2 to the Eagles for A.J. Brown to get Lamar Jackson a big body receiver, get out and get Njoku on a small deal and sign bet. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Njoku is going to get a small deal. I just saw Kohler get 3-year, $24 million. So I think Njoku is going to get a bag. And I think I love Howie Roseman. I think he is the best GM, and I think he does not get anything less than a first-round pick for A.J. Brown. And it probably would be at worst, like pick 16 or like lower is what he'd want for A.J. Brown.
Essentially what
Still
he
young
said for A.J. Brown.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he'd probably just went back on his investment.
And I've heard a lot of stuff that like it's really sticky for them to trade him before the June 1st. That June 1st
it's like
point where
a $38 million dead cap before June 1st or something like that. It's like a really hard hit.
Yeah, and I don't know. I like Njoku to the Eagles. I think with Dallas Goedert kind of leaving there, that one would be interesting. What you got, Jack?
How much should the Mike Evans signing hurt my love for the white boy Ricky next year? I don't think it hurts. I think it helps.
I'm right there with you. I think it helps too. It's going to pull a little bit away from him. He doesn't have to be as dominant because I don't think he hasn't broken out yet. Slick Rick.
Yeah. Njoku
Tennessee's
to
at
Denver?
6.5, by the way.
Oh wow. I take the over.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Njoku to Denver. I actually think that'd be a good signing.
In Joker, is that what they would call him there?
God.
The Joker.
Yeah, that means that they had to do something with Evan Ingram then, right? Like, does Sean Payton doesn't run a lot of 2 tight end sets? I don't feel like he doesn't.
No,
That's
I
not his
don't.
offense, right?
Those wouldn't be the 2 tight ends I'd want to run. In a 12
No.
personnel. So I imagine Evan Ingram's going to get cut. He didn't do a whole lot for this team. It's funny. Njoku and Evans, they came into the league at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Njoku projected market. Yeah, they did come at the same time, but Njoku's projected market is only 7 million. I bet you he blows it out of the water. I would bet the over.
There's no way Kohler gets more than him. Kohler is
There's no
one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were just looking too. There was other Bellinger. Like,
yeah, he got 8
he's
million.
no slouch, but like I didn't think he was $8 million worth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, 3-year, $24 million. That's a little much. Austin Hooper with the 1 year, 3.5, going back to Tennessee or back to Atlanta.
That makes sense.
Gross.
Clutch Pants 741. Hey guys, how much do you utilize trade calculators like KTC did in Dermany deals? Just curious. Do you want to answer? Or you want to answer?
I guess I don't use it to necessarily make my trades. I more use it to help get a feel for players. Like, I may be hard hitting on a player. Like, ooh, I value them as the wide receiver 15. Let me go keep trade cut and see what the consensus is. Because if I see like, oh, I think he's a wide receiver 15, keep trade cut has him as a wide receiver 25. Ooh, I can probably go get him cheaper than I would expect. So it's more of just trying to get a feel for my league mates, what they probably think. Now, everybody's going to be different as far as how they look at it, but it's more of just that consensus feel.
Yeah. For me, I do use it. I would say I probably use it after like before each trade I'm going to send out just to see like, is this like, am I overpaying? But like, I don't mind overpaying too. I just want to make sure if it's not some like egregious thing that everybody else, but like I like to use it to see like where everybody's kind of at though. So
yeah, it gives me a feel of like, all right, am I too high on a guy or too low on a guy? It just kind of gives you that better feel of understanding what that situation looks like. So it's not an end all be all, but it's a tool. Like anything we use here with fantasy football, like you want to use your tools. Because I've probably used 5 or 6 different calculators, like some that like websites that I pay for that have calculators. I've used them, and like there's no foolproof system for any of them.
Yeah, there's no. I wish there was like obviously like I think a good thing too. I think I'd say it makes sense. I try to use it as a barometer and a perceive. Yeah, that's 100%. exactly how I'd use it.
100%. Oh boy, Jay is going through it today, man.
Hey man, I feel it. I love my team this much too. I'm all for it, Jay Keefe. Regardless, the Ravens don't have much option but to go after tight end, O-line, and corner now that their cap space is where they're with Lindenbaum signing with the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, again, I like the Ravens. I think they're well run. I think Minter's gonna be a great head coach. I think you're in good hands, man. And Lamar Jackson's still young.
Yeah, maybe not the most exciting opening to free agency, but like I don't think really anybody expected the Ravens to drop some serious coin, especially after that Max Crosby trade. Like how much you can't ask for something like that. You want to see our blockbuster trade, the Colts blockbuster trade, what they did with their 2 first-round picks? I'd be happier as a Ravens fan right now. No shade to Sauce. Sauce, you're free to come on the show whenever you want. Still think you're good, but we weren't the team that needed to be going all in.
No, not at the moment. We played like the worst 8 teams possible. Well, not 8 teams. Sorry, we played the Chargers and Rams, but like still, the thought process, I get it, but not really. Thoughts on where you think Rico is going? Well, let's take out the Broncos.
Seahawks will be up there for me.
The Cardinals, they're not going to go there anymore.
I don't know. He might just go to the Cardinals. As Corey was pointing out, they just might want to hurt us right now.
That's true.
Commanders or Seahawks would probably be my top 2.
Commanders, Seahawks makes sense. I'm trying to think of like another team that kind of needs it. Like I'm trying to think AFC North, like not Ravens. They wouldn't have you such a weird having 2 thumpers. Wouldn't make
Falcons
sense.
Possibly. Just like Bijan needs a running mate.
Yeah, I kind of, but like then I think he's under the mindset he wants to be a starter. Like I think he views himself that way.
Minnesota.
That actually, but
they're keeping
Mason, right? from my understanding.
I'm not 100% sure.
Because like Aaron Jones is also a
Aaron
free
Jones.
agent. Like he's gonna be a pest to someone's backfield. Like
Jacksonville, there's a possibility they add somebody.
Jacksonville,
so he could possibly go there. Yeah, I'd probably go. Yeah, Commanders and Seahawks seem like they have the biggest need for running back right now.
Yeah, Commanders. I can see the Commanders.
Baltimore's the only team with 11.5 wins over under. Hey, Jay, did you hear that? Yeah. Yeah. You're fine, man. You're fine.
I think they'll be competing for the Super Bowl. They push the chips in, and rightfully so. I'm curious, like, what the Bills are, what are the Bills going to do right now?
I don't know.
I mean, DJ Moore was great. I think he's going to be overdrafted.
I think so too. Yeah. I'm not like locking him into my rankings as a top 12, even top 14 guy right now.
Yeah. Could he go back to Seattle? Ooh, I'm gonna say no. I think it's a hard no.
Yeah, I don't think they can afford him.
I think they are counting how many dollars they'd like to give JSN right now is their biggest concern.
Yeah, we talked. I thought Raiders was going to be where he was going to go, but with the Naylor signing, I'm not sure if that's so. She's not going to the Bills though; they can't afford him.
The Raiders still have money to spend though, dude.
They do.
Like that's the funny thing. Like the Lindenbaum and after that, it's like probably like $40 million. They had over $100 million, so they could still go get Shaheed if they really wanted it to, or wanted to. Sorry.
Yeah. Alrighty, folks. That's our hour. I think we're about to wrap it up. We're going to shut it down. We're probably going to be here all week. We've got so much stuff. There's going to be more happening this afternoon. We have one more day of the tampering period, and of course, free agency actually kicks off on Wednesday. We'll get a lot of these, pen to paper type situation. Who wins the AFC West now?
Chargers. Call my shot.
Well, I was going to say Chargers or Chiefs. I'll go Chiefs then.
All right.
Ken Walker, baby. Ken Walker,
Homer.
baby.
What a homer pick.
But yeah, man, we're going to get out of here, folks. Thank you so much, whether you're listening over there on Twitter or on YouTube. If you're on the Fantasy Football Advice Network, we appreciate you. Come check us out on our YouTube channel, the Too Much Fantasy Football. And if you're on Too Much Fantasy Football, vice versa, do the thing. Like, subscribe. Like I said, we're going to be live all week long. We're dropping shorts, dropping all sorts of episodes. Check out the podcast, too. We'll see y'all next time. Thank y'all so much for listening.
Deuce.
Later.